Good afternoon. I'm Greg Quist. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Smart Cover Systems. My other co-founder couldn't be here. He's got a slip disc and couldn't get around very well, so I'm pinch hitting for him. We also have Maureen Fox and Dan Perner from our organization here as well. They're all available later on to answer any questions. A little background, just to kind of tell you why I'm standing here today at this point. I was elected to a water board in 1990, Rincon, Del Diablo, North County. From there, I was on the County Water Authority for 12 years. In fact, I served with Supervisor Jacobs for a little while. Too bad she left. Met David Drake there, and it turns out we were technologists, and the Water Authority was filled with lawyers and accountants and a couple of technologists. So we ended up finding each other, and to make a long story short, called three of our friends in 2005 and said, hey, what do you guys, what's your problem in the water business? And we called Keith Lewinger, Gary Rant, and Dale Mason of Alcides, and they said sewer spills, and that started our journey in 2005. So here we are today to talk about these things. We're a San Diego company. We do serve the water industry, and we use the Internet of Things to solve the problem. We've been around for 13 years. We have more than 3,000 installations around the country and around the world, including the UK, Canada, and Australia. We collected a lot of data, 140 million operating hours, which translates into 16,000 years of sewer data. So we've got a lot of data that we've built up over the years. So we know a lot more about this stuff than a lot of folks. A lot of patents. We've got solutions for SSO monitoring and prevention, optimized cleaning so people can optimize their cleaning schedules, do real-time CSO monitoring, not a big deal in California, but it is a big deal back east where CSOs are a big problem. Stormwater monitoring as well, I&I detection, and capital project prioritization. Our solution, really, our business model is not only to help people meet their regulatory commitments, but also save money. That's really the benefit that people get. Not only are they doing the right thing, but they're also saving money at the same time. And we'll show you how that works. The mission of our company is to provide end-to-end real-time monitoring systems to our customers who benefit internally through lower costs, improved performance, and lower risk, and externally by safeguarding our water, public health, and the environment. So that's our company's mission. Where are we? This is a picture of where we are around the United States. We started here in Southern California, worked out the bugs. We moved all the way to Northern California, up the West Coast, and we're all over the United States right now, East Coast, Texas, Florida, the Midwest, all over the place. This is where we are closer to home in Region 9. The 38 largest agencies in Region 9, 25 of them use our product. So we're very well ensconced here. You can talk to virtually any of our customers. They like what we're doing for them. They like the results they get. And the thing is, we built the system by asking folks, what do you want? It wasn't our idea, frankly, and they told us this is what we want. So we built it, and that's kind of why it's working. So it's a good thing. We really are an Internet of Things kind of solution. We have sensors, we have communication, we have analysis, we have decisions, and really what really matters to our customers, they don't care about the sensors, they don't care about the communication as long as they work, they don't care about the analysis. What they want is tell us what to do. Do we roll a truck? Do we clean a pipe? Do we have to fix the pipe? Do we have to fix our inflow and infiltration? They want the answers. They really don't care what happens to the back end. We sweat that stuff for them. So our technology is really enabling transformational change in the industry, and we'll show you some examples about what I mean about transformational change. Let me first of all tell you about how it works. We have a unit that mounts underneath the manhole cover. We did this because our customers said, don't let it touch the water. Anything that touches sewer water is not going to last very long, and it's going to be a maintenance nightmare. So we have a little remote sensor in a manhole. It's mounted to the cover so no one has to do confined space entry when they install and service it, which is a big deal. We talk to the Iridium satellite network. Why do we talk to the Iridium satellite network? Two things. Number one, if you think about where sewers are, they're always in the lowest possible geography, right? Because it's a gravity-fed sewer for the most part, which means a lot of times when you're trying to talk to cell towers, which tend to be along the horizon, you get blocked. If you walk around some of the canyons in the city of San Diego, you'll lose your cell phone connectivity. So we wanted to make sure that wherever we are in the world, we could talk to something. Satellites are up. So that's really good. It works out very well. Second thing is, when we're really in a bad shape, hurricanes don't hit here very much, but they do hit like places like Florida, cell phone towers go down. You might remember, actually, was it 2013 when we lost power for 13 hours or so? Remember that? Cell phones didn't work too well during that time, actually. Our system worked flawlessly. We had no problems at all. But people couldn't talk to each other because a lot of the backup systems were not working. When you want to know what's going on in your sewer system, it's when things are going bad. That's why we use Iridium. Iridium has redundant ground stations in the United States. They talk to our servers, our secure servers that are here in San Diego, at M5 hosting, by the way, in Sorrento Valley. And then we talk to the user interfaces. It's a fully two-way system. People can talk to our systems remotely, and they can also be controlled. So that's kind of how the whole thing works. It's a little more complicated than that, but I only have 10 minutes. Let's do some case studies. This is our poster child for eliminating sewer spills. Hawthorne, California. You fly into LAX, you look out your window on the left, that's Hawthorne. The Beach Boys came out of there. Sonny and Cher got married there. They have 2 full-time field staff. They've got 90 miles of pipeline, 2,000 manholes, and no lift stations. It's a completely gravity-fed system. They were faced with $400,000 a year in fines, plus cleanup and litigation costs. They installed our system starting November 2006. Since then, I used to be able to say they had no spills, and they had one late in 2016 at an unmonitored area. They've had one spill in 10 years since they've had our system installed. So they've had a 99% reduction in overflows. Why? Because they had enough sensors there, and they responded to the data from the systems, and they stopped things from happening. So they're very, very happy about that. The cool part is they've saved $2.5 million over that period of time. In fact, it's so crazy that they had a new finance director come in and say, what's this budget item about smart covers in our budget, $40,000 a year? And the maintenance director said, well, that's to stop overflows. Well, she said, we don't have overflows. Well, that's why. San Antonio, the San Antonio water system in Texas, they're a very large system. They're our largest customer. They were doing a lot of cleaning. As you probably know, the WDRs and the SSMPs tend to say, or if you're under consent decree, you must clean this many miles of pipeline to keep sewer spills from happening. Well, the question was, well, are you cleaning too much? A good manager will, by definition, clean too much, because in order to stop spills, they should say, I'm going to clean, 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 so I don't have any spills. Well, that means they're cleaning too much. 2 problems with that. Costs a lot of money, and over time, you're going to do some damage to your pipes. So what we did at SAWS is we set up a pilot where we did this last year. We took 10 of the monthly cleaning sites, and they said, you know what? We're going to rely on your data instead of a calendar to clean out these monthly cleaning sites. And we're going to let you guys tell us when the water levels start doing weird things that we should go out and clean this thing. We have this technology called SmartRun that's patented. We made it work. And the cool part is they reduced their cleaning at the monthly sites by 94%. And they had no spills because they had a system there that was telling them if they could have a spill or not. So a very successful program. Estimated program savings over 5 years, $3.1 million. This is kind of real money. How about Escondido? This is a fun one. This just happened up the road. Everyone knows where Escondido is. We had an atmospheric river this year. We had a ton of rain. We had 4 inches of rain in the latter part of January. An atmospheric river hit us. Good stuff for the water supply in the state of California. Large inflow caused a pipe collapse. This is an area where it turns out that the pipes are so corroded and so old that they don't even clean them anymore because they're afraid that the cleaning itself will destroy the pipes. So they've got several miles of this going on in their city because they didn't get the money to replace these pipes. So it turns out that five manholes upstream was one of our systems, and a pipe collapsed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it was January 23rd, and that alarm came to the city. They went out there, inspected what happened, and they found the problem. There was no spill. And Chris McKinney, who's their director, said, I don't know how much money you saved us, but it's in the millions of dollars. If no one had reacted to this would have gotten in all the industrial park businesses, and we would have had a really bad day. So we don't know, we can't actually, how do you quantify a spill that didn't happen? He just said we saved them millions of dollars. The cool part is, you don't have a report on this spill because it didn't happen.
Hi, I'm Angela Godwin for Water World Magazine, coming to you from the show floor at WEFTEC 2016 in New Orleans. Joining me today is my guest, Elisa Lockett. She is with San Antonio Water Systems. Elisa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do for SAWS before we get into the little case study I want to talk to you about?
Well, I'm a director of construction and maintenance in the distribution and collection operations department, so we work mainly with the pipelines, and my particular group does all the sewer maintenance for the most part. We do the line cleaning and televising, and then we also do the sewer repairs.
Excellent. Now, I understand that you have a very interesting story to tell where you were able to take smart technology effectively to really optimize your maintenance program. So let's talk about that. What did you guys do?
So we have had Smart Covers, which is a manhole level monitoring system, for over, I think, about 7 years, since 2009. And we had primarily been using them to babysit pipes that were in poor condition. Well, we worked with Smart Cover to do a pilot where we actually put 10 units on pipes that had been on a very high cleaning frequency. So pipes that have lots of grease that were on a cleaning frequency of about a month. And so we were cleaning each of those pipes 12 times a year, so that's 120 times for all 10 of those pipes. And so we put 10 units out, and the agreement was that we would only clean them when the trend line showed that we needed to go out there. And so the level was monitored daily. It was real time. And so we found out that we only had to clean those 10 pipes 7 times out of 120 that we would have normally had to do. So it was a 94% reduction in how much we had to clean those pipes, and we only deployed 10, but we have hundreds of pipes just like those that are subject to a lot of grease that we're cleaning on a 1 or 3 month frequency, and so we think that this is going to be a huge savings in our costs for cleaning, and we can really optimize our cleaning.
Excellent, and not just cost, but like that time,
The
manpower.
drive time, the huge vehicle on the roadway, our carbon footprint, everything would be way optimized by reducing the amount we're having to send a Vactor truck out there to clean.
That is amazing. So is the pilot still ongoing, or are you planning on rolling those out to the rest of your system?
So the pilot ended in July, that was a year, and now what we're looking at doing is in the next budget year, widening that program to about 200 to 300 manholes, which would be on pipe segments that are also subject to frequent cleaning due to grease. And so that's what we're looking at to try to get the budget to do that, because we think that this is going to reduce our costs for those particular pipe segments as much as $25,000 to $4,000 in a year.
Oh,
so it'll be
wow.
huge.
That is amazing. And the alerts that you get now, that how does it let you know when there's an issue?
So an email actually goes into our emergency operations center, and then they deploy a service request to one of our team that does the line cleaning, a combo, and then they go out there and respond to that service request.
That's awesome, and such a great example of the industrial Internet of Things that we keep hearing so much about. So we wish you all the best of luck going forward. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, thank you.
For Waterworld Magazine, I'm Angela Godwin.
So just one more thing before we run out of time. We do a little bit of urban stormwater. We've got some systems up in Los Angeles where they've got nets that collect large debris. We monitor those nets. They used to send folks out to visually see these things. They can now do this remotely and find out if the nets need to be cleaned. Basically, this is a solution through technology. It's here and it works. It is transformational. There's some huge changes available by using technology smartly. You can save millions of dollars in decaying infrastructure. We've been back in Washington talking to folks about if you're going to spend $1 trillion in infrastructure and several hundred billion on fixing the pipelines of the United States, let's do it smartly. Let's make sure we fix the right ones first and kind of work through it. I think you could save a lot of money that way. There's operational savings, capital cost savings, and lower risk, and ultimately there's a better environment. So that's what it's all about. Thank you.